motherfuckers, I told them not to do that. Hey everyone, Aaron here with a fresh new gig log. Let's go, it's 2022. I got some stuff to talk about today. I didn't get much of a rest after 2021 was over. I did a New Year's Eve party and then did a wedding that next Saturday. So no time off, and again, I'm not complaining, but we're just ripping right into 2022. During my New Year's Eve party, I accidentally did something that I think is awesome. Now, this little trick is specifically geared towards that moment during dinner where everyone's hitting their glasses and the couple has to kiss. I know like 90% of couples hate that. It might be 100%. I've talked about that before. But here's what happened. After the blessing was done, I said, hey, thanks so much, Scott, for doing the blessing. Why don't we get one more kiss out of our couple? They stood up and kissed, and then I said, all right, everybody, that was your dinner kiss. Let's let the couple finish their dinner, and then they can kiss again. And everybody kind of like chuckled, like they knew what I was mentioning, like stop making them kiss while they got chicken in their mouth. And it actually worked. Nobody hit their glasses during dinner. And I went up to the couple and I was like, hey, what do you guys think about me telling them not to bother you during dinner? And they were like, that was genius, thank you so much. However, I will say this, I tried it again at my Saturday wedding, right? And I said, hey guys, I had them, the blessing went off. And I said, thank you to the blesser. And I said, all right, let's get Philip and Nicole to kiss one more time. And they kissed. I'm like, all right, everybody, do me a favor. Let's let them eat dinner, and then they'll kiss afterwards. And I went back to my table, and I sat down. And I'm talking to the other vendors. And all of a sudden, I hear, ting, 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 ting. And I was in the middle, so I was like, hold on a second. Are they clinking glasses? And the photographer's like, yeah. I'm like, these motherfuckers, I told them not to do that. They were directly disobeying me. When I think about it, after I told them, I heard one lady go, whatever, we're gonna make them kiss. They gotta kiss during the dinner. Like, I heard that as I was walking back to my table, like, oh, so this is how it's gonna go. Okay, lady, all right. Right now, I'm at a 50% conversion rate of this idea working, but try it out. See if it works, and let me know what you guys think in the comments if you give it a shot. The other thing that happened at both my weddings, and it's becoming a trend, is I don't have a problem with the one more song, right? What I have a problem with is when I'm on the microphone telling everybody good night, and somebody is standing right at my DJ booth like, hey, is there any place you could play? I'm on the microphone saying good night, and you're right in front of me asking me for one more song, like talking over me while I'm talking. So here's what happened. I had one of the bridesmaids. This was after I dropped the last song of the night that was the couple's request. Now, when the couple requests the last song, here's how I feel like we can handle this situation. She came up to me and she's like, hey, can you play this song? And I was like, hey, look, listen, that's a great song. However, the way that we just ended, that was exactly how my bride wanted this night to end. If I play your song next, that's not what she wanted. I'll tell you what, you hire me for your wedding, I'll play that fucking song. So that actually worked, and I got her to like, then she, like, oh, you're doing such a great job. I'm not drunk, by the way, but you're doing such a great job. Like, yeah, I know. I don't wrap cables like this, by the way. I'm just letting you know that it was the part of the night where I'm like, ending it, I don't wrap my cables like this. Don't worry, I'm over-under. I'm an over-under rapper. I want to cut to a clip from my wedding on New Year's Eve where I kind of mentioned some stuff that was happening and I realized I think I need to do something, and this is going to be the main point of this video, that every DJ needs this. I am now on team get a mixer, external mixer. I'm giving up on the onboard mixer of the Prime 2. When it comes to microphones and other external shit, I don't want to mess with that anymore. I'm also having issues like, loudness and volume with my wireless mic, and it just shouldn't happen. I ordered a mixer, external mixer will do that. Now look, I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm reinventing the wheel. I'll say that. A lot of you out there already got external mixers and you're looking at me like, well, what are you doing? But here's the trap I fell into. Now that especially these column and line arrays all have these built-in mixers into the speaker system. So for me, right, I look at that and go, well, it's got the built-in mixer. Why do I need to have an extra mixer? Especially like a digital one, right? I picked up one of these. This is the Bose T4S. This is a 6-channel digital mixer, and I actually took it out to a venue that was close to me, and if you want to see, I did a sound check with the JBL Eon 1 Mark II. I also took my Bose system out with the mixer to test it out, get good volume, and, see what it sounded like. And guys, it's like night and day. If you got the Bose 32 or any Bose system, get one of these. It's gonna make such a difference. But if you have any sort of DJ system or column array, I am now on team external mixer. I'm sorry it took me so long to get here, but to be honest, I just put a lot of faith and trust into these built-in mixers, into my very expensive speakers, and when they were not delivering, I had to call an audible. And I am very, very happy with this. I took it out with me to my gig on Saturday, and everything sounded amazing. I had tons of headroom with my microphone. I got told to turn down. Yeah! So what are the advantages of going with an external mixer? I think a couple things. One, running a microphone through our controllers. And I've got the Prime Tube. A lot of DJs out there will directly run your microphone into your controller. And I'm going to advise against that. They just don't sound good. You know, I had a buddy tell me, like, if you're doing a bar gig and you're just plugging in an XLR to that and, you know, you got 30, 40 people, yeah, that's great for that. But if you're trying to use a microphone for speeches or the way that you're communicating to the crowd, we got to go through external mixers. It sounded so much better. I actually did a comparison. I like unplugged it from the mixer, plugged it back into the controller. It sounded muddy and quiet, and it clips. You can only pull it up so high, and you get into the red right away. It feedbacks. It just doesn't sound great. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Are you using external mixers? Have you yet? Have you completely relied on the built-in mixers to your column arrays or your line array speakers? I want to know. Let's have a conversation about it. I'm going to give you guys a tip on how to maybe pretty easily get on a venue's preferred vendor list. You know, ultimately the goal is to just get on there because you kicked ass and they're like, we want you to be our DJ. When you end a party early, or when a party ends earlier than it was supposed to, you literally become the hero of that venue and their staff. Okay. But you got to tread lightly here, okay? Because, again, our goal is not to go to a party and end it. Remember, I talked about this in one of my first gigs I ever did where the DJ was constantly harassing the bride to end her party. No, don't do that. But if you have a pre-conversation with your couple, and here was the one I had with mine for my wedding last week. They were having a very early ceremony, 3 o'clock, and they were talking about going till midnight, okay? I was kind of advising them like, that feels like a very long day for people. I wouldn't count on them making it all the way to the end. Instead of midnight, how about we do 11:30? And she was like, yeah, let's do 11:30. But then she also said, and how about this? If the party seems to be dwindling or people are starting to, you know, run out of gas, then I'll let you know and we can end a little bit early. And I was like, great, let's plan on that, okay? I'll let her make the call. Now, that's exactly what started happening. Around 10:30, people were grabbing coats, they were wore out, a lot of people were traveling from different states, and they were just kind of done. And so it was happening, but before we even got to that part of the night, I let the venue know, hey guys, just so you know, we're done at 11:30 tonight. And they were like, 11:30, not midnight? I was like, yeah, we talked ahead of time on the phone, and she wants to end at 11:30. And they were like, oh my God, you're awesome. Right at the end, the bride came up. She goes, hey, you know what? I'm feeling like let's end on a high note. People are starting to take off because of traveling. She goes, it's not you. Everyone's having a great time, but why don't we go to 11? And I was like, you got it. I'll wrap this thing up in about 30 minutes. So then I walked over to the bartender and the venue manager, like, hey guys, just chatted with the bride. We're now done at 11. I'm pretty sure I could have drinks on the house for the rest of my life. They were like, oh, yeah, this DJ, right? So they were super excited about that. We wrapped up, done at 11, and it was a great night. I handed them my card. They took it. They're like, yeah, you're going on our list. Thank you so much. Great job. The point I really want to make is not like your goal should be to end your party early. No, don't do that. It should be, hey, make sure that you are communicating with the people that are there, what's going on in the conversations you have with the couple, so that if you do end early, you know, that means that last call ends early. That means that people need to pay their tabs and take care of that early. They want to make sure that gets done. If they're serving food late at night, they might want to get it out earlier, right? Because let's say that these guys wanted to serve pizza at 10:45 because we were going till midnight. Well, now we're over at 11. So they're making all this pizza, and they're going to bring it out 15 minutes before the party now ends. Anytime you get that sort of insider information, just over-communicate with everybody that's still there. If your photographer is still there, let them know. The venue manager, the bartender, run up. Be the bearer of incredible news. Because you guys know this. Every venue and vendor, if you get to go home early, that's a bonus, okay? It's not our goal, right? We want to make sure that party kicks ass. But if it does end early, let's celebrate with everybody. And I'm telling you, you start over communicating like that stuff with the venue, they're gonna love you. Here's the last thing I want to do in the video. I want to add a new segment. I'm trying to get, I don't know if I'm gonna bring PB&J back just because it's so hard to do that with YouTube, but I was on the phone call with my buddy back in Pittsburgh, Kev. There's your shout out. We were kind of like checking each other, how we rank in Google in each other's market. We did it like this. I looked a wedding DJ in Pittsburgh. He went wedding DJ in Minnesota. Well, as we were doing that, we were like going back and forth talking about the different companies. Like, you heard of these guys? I'm like, yeah. Have you heard of these guys? Yeah. Then we started finding a couple that had some, like a lot of 1-star reviews. And we're like, let's read some of this shit. I clicked on one of them. And this review is hilarious. Now, I'm going to read it to you guys. I'm going to read parts of it to you guys. I'm not going to shout out the company because I'm not trying to throw shade on them, but I think that there's something that we can learn from these 1-star reviews, right? But this one's fucking crazy. Okay, hang on. Okay, so much went wrong here. She arrived and interacted with my florist first, stating someone needed to unload her car. Here's where the review gets really interesting because the person that's writing the review, you can tell, is so pissed off and is so mad at this person that they mention this next part in the review, okay? She needed to use the bathroom, and when directed to go to the door, she walked to the electrical panel next to the bathroom door and attempted to open that and was confused. She's like, she couldn't even figure out where the fucking bathroom was. No possible way to confuse it. She showed my florist that she needed to clean up because she was bleeding and blood was dripping from her hand. When she got to the bathroom, someone was in it, so she knocked and said, in quotes, "I'm sure whoever's in there wants their privacy, but I need to get in there because I'm bleeding." I cannot believe the details in this review. The officiant wanted to know if she had a microphone he could use during the ceremony. She stated that it was a silly request, he could just talk louder. Our parents' wedding songs were not played. My must-play songs were not played. My recessional song was incorrect. Our last song of the night was not played. Why? Well, because the DJ should have been playing till 9 p.m., not packed up and gone by 8:40 without even speaking to anyone. Whew! That was rough. That's a rough one. When I hear that, it sounds like this person was extremely unprepared, untrained for this event, especially when someone asks someone else to unload their car for them. No. You're not a wedding DJ, and I hope this person got fired because that's enough evidence to me that they have no idea what they're doing. They don't care. Playing the wrong recessional songs. Look, here's the deal. I'd have no leeway on that with the ceremony. I don't know how you can fuck that up. And here's why. If you are doing your due diligence correctly, if you have all the information in your portal right, if you've had your final consultation with your couple and you literally tell them all the songs, and you listen to them, and you prepare and you practice beforehand, you should not be playing the wrong songs at the ceremony. I'm sorry. There's no line there. Also, first dances. One thing that the company I work for that taught me that I thought was great advice is they said, while you're setting up, run your first dance song. Just make sure there's no glitches in it, that that it's a good version of the song you have, that it can play all the way through with no problems. The last thing you want is to have your couple on the dance floor during their first dance and that song cut out, or if you ripped it off YouTube, it starts turning into
DJ Runhouse Mix Party at Midnight. Fuck yeah!
All right, let me know, guys, in the comments if you like the 1-star review. Thanks for watching, everybody, so much. I really appreciate it. If you like this and you like me, then you know what to do and just do that shit.